T minus 28 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky FP2. It is, of course, round 10, the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, and I'm here for it. Chat Outlaw, Branwen, what's going on? Easy G, Mood. Gonna get techie, of course. Upshot from the first FP3 session is the modern day journalaise has resurfaced. You know what I mean? What are we gonna do? What else would you expect at this stage? As fast as the deed, but you know what the problem is? People see that he looks like Clark Kent and think that he's going to turn into Superman. And that's not always the case. It doesn't work like that. Superheroes only exist in fairy tales, in the films. Do you know what I mean? Charles Leclerc is a brilliant driver, but he's obviously very flawed. Don't let any Charles Leclerc evangelist tell you any different. He still makes mistakes of the unforced variety more than most. They will say to you this: oh, well, all F1 drivers make mistakes. Yeah, but it's the extent of them and the frequency of them that gives pause for thought as far as Charles Leclerc's ability to win championships of the drivers' variety, is it not? Prosecution rests, no further questions, Your Honour. Do you know what I mean? That's it. He's brilliant. But can you risk manage? Can you go head to head with, I don't know, an OJ Piastri or a Maximilian Verstappen over the course of a 24 race championship? I very much bloody doubt it, mate. Not if past his prologue. Oh, he's a Gilles Villeneuve. He's got that certain je ne sais quoi. He's got that it factor. Look at him, he's so good. It matters not. What can you do? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you got the talent, but that doesn't impress me much. Do you know what I mean? How are you going to go over 24 races? And again, I don't want to celebrate. I don't want to kick a man when he's down. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is, for me, that all Charles Leclerc fans, as soon as he gets a podium or a whiff of a second or a first, Charles Leclerc fans will be like, oh, I told you, Cameron, look how good he is. He's the best driver in the world. Well, and it is ultimately only FP1, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Not yet, at least. But bloody no, what are we doing here? Like, I don't know. It's too, I don't know. I do like to be right sometimes. T minus 25 minutes. New chassis. Charles Leclerc won't take part in FP2 because the car is too broke. Chassis, suspension, everything. Again, we talk about the extent of the mistakes, right? It's a big one there. Charles Leclerc said as much that he should have gone bloody straight, shouldn't he? Do you know what I mean? It's all good saying that after the fact, chat, but you... What did the kids say? Riz, mate. Lando no Riz. AKA Lando 1.0. It's a bit techy, isn't it? Do I do one of these? Let me do one of these. It's a bit bright around here. My eyes are hurting. You know what I mean? Let's go with that. I think that works. Is it going to rain for quali? Apparently there's been rain between FP1 and FP2. And they've been sheltering from it. I think the pertinent point isn't whether it will rain in FP2. It's whether it will rain in quali and the other paid session, which of course is the race. That's the salient question. And I don't know the answers to that. I heard, per the weather forecast, that there is a non-zero chance of rain in the race. We'll go through it. Lando is Kevin the teenager, Kevin and Perry settings, cat. Laughing myself. Charles tries too hard. That's his own fault. Bins it and still right with my... I tell you what the problem is, Mark. People will say... There are people who will look at Charles binning it and saying, well, he's so fast. Of course he's going to make mistakes. That's the cost of doing business if you're so quick. I'm like, well, you don't think there's another 19 drivers on the grid driving almost as quick but keeping it out of the barrier more frequently than he does? You're one of the first I meet. Outlaw, you're a legend, a proper legend. Crazy that you put Oscar in the Max category here. He's much more in the shop. Behave yourself. Listen, Charles, the speed is nothing without control. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember that famous tyre advert with Carl Lewis back in the day? T minus 23 minutes till we get ourselves an FP2. I just don't. Go on then. We've got our first. You guys let me know. First poll of the day. or the FP2 stream. You guys let me know. Oscar or Charles? It's an interesting one. That. You tell me. Frederick Vasseur defending himself as well he might. Mr. Pressure settings. It's going to get techie and techie things for Frederick Vasseur. Why? Because he's not winning anything. Doesn't look like he's going to win anything anytime soon, within the next 16 months at the very bloody least. You know what I mean? 2026 now, they say, is the focus. Like, yeah, of course. John Elkann is having that. I read another article that said John Elkann is obsessed with replacing Frederick Vasseur with none other than the Horned Christians. I read it somewhere, I promise. So therefore it must be true. Oh, the humanity indeed, Hector. You guys are legends. Do me a favour. T-minus 22 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky FP2. Smoosh the like, aka smash the like button. It is free. There is a car out on track. We'll be here talking about it. How do you mean? Mark says Charlie's done. Charles done this in the past. It will make no difference for qualifying of the race. He will be there. This will focus him, and I'm betting another podium, Mark. And I don't. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I think the context is key, though, Mark. How could he do this in a championship fight with Max Verstappen and expect to win a championship? Do you remember at Paul Ricard when he did all the hard stuff and got off the line, defended to Max Verstappen into turn one, did everything, all of the Mission Impossible type stuff, and made it look easy. But then when he needed to manage tyre deg, when he was in front, the easier type stuff, yeeted it into the barrier. Like he's just... He can get the hard stuff done, but the simple stuff like keeping it out of the barrier, can't do it, mate. Why is McLaren so slow? Just chilling out for now. Race sims, remember it's free practice. The sessions during which you do all of your fact finding, all of your mechanical and aerodynamic due diligence. Look at that, Martin Brundle telling a story about Ross Brawn, of course. Get your blinkers on, mate. You can't pay attention to all this other nonsense. Frederick Vasseur has to, though. It's Scuderia Ferrari, Martin. This is the issue. Red car, yellow badge, black prancing horse atop. It's different, Martin. Forgive Martin Brundle, Lord, for he knows not of what he speaks, nor what he says. Leclerc. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't smile, should I? He's a good lad, is Charles, you know what I mean? He means well. He means well. But multitude just falls. Head-to-head record between Charles and Lewis, 7-2. Charles leads in qualifying, 8-1. Charles leads in race results, 94 points, placed 71. In the Drivers' Championship, Charles is 5th. Sir Lewis Hamilton is 6th. It's an incident on the race. Incident on the race. We are T-minus 19 minutes away, and your boy needs to drink something again. It's what happens when you work too hard and too long and don't drink enough water. As if I were Lando Norris himself, 1.0, do you know what I mean? A diatribe for or the diatribe even on a Scuderia Ferrari. I mean, what do they need to fix it? 64% of you have got Oscar over Charles. Look at that. Recency bias, any chat. He's so good, is he, Charles? He's good. He's rapid. If I were a 5-year-old, Charles Leclerc would be my favourite driver. Do you know what I mean? But I like drivers that win consistently and don't make mistakes. Do you know what I mean? And I make no apology for that. Not as at June 2025. What are we doing here? These Charles Leclerc evangelists, extremists, and all fundamentalists saying, oh, he's the best. How is he the best? What, because he can put together a pole lap quicker than anybody? You don't. It's not just speed that wins championship, for Pete's sake. What are we doing? I don't know. But again, we're all at very different stages as far as our experience of F1, are we not? And I shouldn't judge. We listen, but we do not judge. Right. Black cap settings. Has to be done. Has to be done, mate. I'm telling you. At some point, your boy will get to the barber and get another trim, but sometimes you go to the barbers a bit too often. Do you know what I mean? And it can take a toll. What's Umont saying? Spelling varies from phonetics. Charles is 3 tablespoons away from max category. Try putting a 0 in front of that 3. I think he's for. He's not as good as Max. Not as good as, I don't think he's as good as Oscar. It depends on what you're talking about, eh? It depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about a pole lap, go for it, Charles. Like, he probably is one of the 2 quickest on the grid. But to win a championship, no, thank you. They're in there killing each other. Michael says, until Charles, George and Oscar are teammates, it's very hard to rate. I don't disagree. Can't win consistent without a consistent car. Well, true. I don't hate it. Am I asking him to win consistent though? Is that the umbrella heading under which we have this conversation? Are we couching it in those terms? Or have we just seen another material mistake? A mistake of the unforced variety. Another one by Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Journalazy. Cameron, what would you think if Charles and Verstappen raced in one team? Wouldn't that be the ultimate dream for Formula One? The 2 fastest drivers on the grid. I don't hate it, Keys, but I think if Charles makes mistakes under these circumstances, how do you think he's going to manage in like a proper pressurized fight for the thing that he's been dreaming of winning all his life? Where is it? 6 a.m. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think he's got it in it. I don't know. He's quick in the wear. He's fast. But can you be consistent enough? I'm not sure that he can, to be honest. I don't think he's got it in him. Cameron CC, not even as good as Oscar. Fear God, good sir. Fear God at least. Oscar better than Shaw. I'd go for him. Over the course of a 24 race season, I'd take him T minus 25 minutes, 15 minutes even, till we get ourselves a cheeky FP2. Cameron, are you following Marquez GP? I don't know who that is. Marquez GP? Oh, Motor GP. Mark Marquez? No, I don't follow Mark and Co. and his brother. Yeeting it into the wall in FP1, says King of Nuts, is diabolical. Standard procedure from Charles, bless him. I don't know, kind of me surprised. Like, what? Like, back in the 80s, they had a race in Mercs. Most F1 drivers and a one soon to be signed Ayrton Senna. All the cars were the same. And this showed the true gaps in all the drivers' ability. Agreed. That wouldn't be bad. A race of champions of sorts. McLaren head to head. Oscar J, 5-4 over Lando. 5-4 in quali, 5-4 in races. 5-2 in terms of race wins. The dude's just getting it done more. We are in Oscar's era now. Oh, the humanity. Oh, is this the Oscar era? We'll see, right? When Max gets himself a car using which he can keep with Oscar, then we'll know for sure. But even then, I don't know. You've seen it kind of, Suzuka. I don't know. With what sort of frequency has Oscar had the quickest car over Max Verstappen? Sufficient for Max. Well, I'm never going to go into it. Oof, Carlos Sainz's lap. You boys' hay fever has calmed down a bit, thank all of the racing gods. Hay fever is too much, although as soon as I say that, look, it's coming back to make a mug of me. What a joke. Right, let's go. Do you guys suffer from hay fever? It's the worst thing in the world. When the weather gets good. Rubbish. And since when are Williams quicker than Ferrari? No, surely not. That can't be right. That can't be right. 205 of you watching Kokoni, do me a favour. Bottom left of your screen, hit the thumbs up. Go smash the like. Charles needs a functional team. F1 is not just about a driver. The greatest drivers have been with great TPs, not good. McLaren have just got the superior car. I don't disagree with that. I think he needs a functional team. I've always argued about Charles Leclerc that he doesn't do like Schumacher and rise to the level of the driver championship requisite to win a driver's championship, notwithstanding the foibles and multitudinous travails of his team. He built a team around him in his image, sporting endeavour par excellence, did he not? That was Michael Schumacher's. Like, he had that ability to bring over all of the bods from Benetton, Ross Brawn, Jean Todt, etc., etc. God tier minds, each and every single one. And I'm not sure Charles Leclerc has that cachet necessarily. I don't think Charles Leclerc even knows who we need to bring. I just don't. I think that's me being harsh on Charles, expecting things of the dude, the Monegasque, aka modern day journalese, that he's not capable. Being honest, I don't think he has that in him. I will never forget Brazil. Was it Brazil sprint? Brazil qualifying a couple of years back when Ferrari put inters on him, and it wasn't even raining yet. I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know how that even works. How am I going to allow somebody to put inters on my car and it's not even raining yet and it's quali? Go away. Absolute nonsense. You just can't even write that for me. That is ridiculous. If ever I've seen it. Let's go. Send me out on inters. What? Is it raining? No. So then don't send me out on inters. Yeah, it's qualifying. The point of qualifying is to put in the quickest lap possible. Right tyre, right time. If it's not raining, then send me out on dries, you jokers. Scuderia Ferrari. Red car with a yellow badge and black prancing horse. Are you mad? No. Unbridled levels, unprecedented levels of incompetence from Ferrari. But Charles Leclerc just says, yes, sir, no, sir. 3 bags full, sir. And therein lies the problem. Ferrari is the worst thing that happened to Charles' career. The best and the worst thing. Schumi made his own team. What else does a champ need? Touche, yes, 23. Easy G, let's get this going. Go on then. We are a couple of minutes away. T-10 away from FP2. Important race this. Round 10. Just over a third of the way through a 24 race season. Inflection point settings. It feels like McLaren are doing one of these, right? They're bridging the gap just enough to be dangerous as versus a Maximilian Verstappen and a King George Russell of Kingsley and Norfolk. 49 points. And if you talk to the Max Verstappen aspect, of course, that fella is 1 race away. He has 11 points. 11 points on his super license. He's 1 point away from a 1 race ban. What does Max do for that then? Does he amend for his driving style? Does he use his noggin and make sure he's not in any heated battles with, I don't know, a King George Russell? He's techie. George said he's ready though. George said he's happy to go wheel to wheel with Max now, knowing that he's got 11 points on his super license. I think George Russell is devilment personified. He would do his best to get Maximilian Verstappen that ban if he's given opportunity. If I were Max, I wouldn't even look. I don't even want to be competing for the same piece of track as a George Russell. He's too vindicated. I know, GT Sport, it's chaos. It is chaos. Probably should open the window a bit wider. But obviously, hay fever gets worse at night, eh? How does that even work? That just sounds like nonsense. Blah, blah, Black Sheep, my daughter's favourite song now. Flavio got his revenge on Schumi for what he did to the Benetton with Fernando in very good shout. Prost, I've never seen it like that, but you are onto something. Imagine Alonso over, but they were cheating all over the shop, weren't they? Traction control. Cameron, I've been following F1 since 1984, and I've never seen 2 drivers like Senna and Verstappen, similar in racing style. What do you think? So I in some ways, I think Max is. In some ways, I think Max is more like Senna. In others, more like Michael. So, if you're talking about style specifically, the thing that characterises Michael's brilliance as far as his style is that he likes a front end E car like a Max, and he allows the rear to float around him, around the combined entry and apex, just like bloody Mika Hakkinen says, just like Mika Hakkinen love to do. And that's why people can't keep with them, right? So I think as far as their style, Schumacher is probably, or Max is probably more similar to Schumacher. But as far as their mindset, he does remind me a lot of Ayrton, to be honest. It's hard though. It's hard. Similar but not same. Full stop. New paragraph. At least if he doesn't get banned, all his points are wiped, so maybe it's worth it. But it depends. I would guess by Ochem Girl that Max's first priority order item is winning a championship of the drivers' variety. In order to do that, he can't afford a race ban. I think it's definitely done then. It's tenuous now because McLaren have the whip hand by dint of their MCL 3.9 and its ability to minimise and or mitigate for the rate at which its tyres degrade. 49 points is a lot. It is a lot. But it's not insurmountable. Especially, I mean, it's still early. It is still early. It's going to get techie, the techie things. Do me a favour and smash a like. You guys are legends. Let me say this. I make no apologies for labouring this point. I'm grateful to each and every single one of you properly ad infinitum in perpetuity. Why? Because this is the house that you guys built. My name is above the door, of course. But we drive to survive as a function of all of your hard work, not mine. And I mean that. Mark, you're a legend. I love your channel. You're a good level-headed guy. Sometimes I've got to turn heel though, Mark, especially of late. When I see the bloody muggles and F1 morons getting a bit... Ignorance is very loud. Do you know what I mean? Competence oftentimes it moves in silence and only speaks when it's ready to say checkmate. And so sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I've got to stop. When they go low, you know the rest. You know what I mean? These McLaren boys are wussies, man. When will I see a fight? This is only clear-cut opportunity for either of them to become a world champion. Probably the only one. Oh, March, you're predicting some things there, sir. Share with me your crystal ball. Lando is a team player. Did you see? Yes. Did you see Lando's interview with Andrew Benson? If you are in the UK, go onto the BBC website now or at some point after the stream and check out Lando. He says, I race for the team first. Like, what? Said no F1 driver champion ever. I race for the team first. What? Who is he? Of what is he talking, this Lando Norris fellow? It makes no bloody sense. The driving styles are different, 7-baller. No, I agree with you. What are the clear differences between Max and Senna? I'm not an expert 7-baller in Senna's. I know that Senna had this funny, like, feathering the throttle technique because once upon a time he used to drive turbos and he did it to avoid the turbo, like the lag in the turbo, to keep the turbo spooling. But I don't know, I couldn't tell you about Senna's style, sadly. Style is all. I'll let you guys into a secret in a minute. Let's go through the aspects of the circuit first. As we intro round 10, the Canadian Grand Prix Montreal, Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. Round 10, 4.3 kilometres, top speed 350 kilometres, lap record 110.240, elevation 5.3 metres, 70 laps is your race distance, 1 minute 13.07 is your lap record. Sebastian Vettel, C3, C4, C4, C5, C6 tyres are what they've brought. C6 again is notably softer than the equivalent fixture last year, and that could come into play just as it did at the Spanish Grand Prix round 9 when Maximilian Verstappen, his old mates Hannah Schmitz and the Bulls that are red said, do a 3-stopper, mate, and then got left caught short even by the very late safety car induced by one Kimi Antonelli's reliability issues. I was going to say something about... Go on and let me tell you something about driving style. I think driving styles... I don't want to say it's a myth. I don't want to say it's a myth. There are like tendencies and there are nuance, or there is nuance at least across different drivers. But I'm now a subscriber or member of the Races Patreon. They've got a series. And again, if you like these soliloquy that talk about driving styles, then it might be worth subscribing to the Patreon, the Races Patreon. I subscribed specifically to listen to these driving styles. And they did Lando Norris last time and spent 50 minutes just talking about nonsense. I'll be honest. I like the guys at the race. They've got some good things to say most of the time. Mark Hughes, Levels, do you know what I mean? Ed Straw, even Scott Mitchell, man, best him. I didn't used to like him, but he's come into his own a bit after he spoke. After he blasphemed against content creators and tried to behave like he's not a content creator. Us and them settings, typical F1 intellectual snobbery settings. But no, they do good things. But when you listen to some, if you're going to give them 60 minutes to talk about Lando Norris's driving style as an example, you might struggle for like some substantive takeaways. The stuff that they were saying about Lando, well, Lando's less overlappy as far as his steering and throttle inputs, more overlappy as far as his steering inputs, brake and throttle inputs as versus OJ Piastri. Like, tell me something new. Do you know what I mean? Like what? Geometric racing line is what he favours. He's a wide line guy. Yeah, tell me something I didn't know. The execution and they just didn't go. I just thought it was the one on Max was really, really good. To be fair, they got into some detail. Mark Hughes is a subject matter expert on Max Verstappen's style. You read it, if you read the book Unstoppable, you hear it in there. A couple of minutes away, by the way, or 1 minute even away from an FP2. If you read Mark Hughes' book, he goes into detail about Max's ability and what he's doing on the apex and his genius, like how it's all anticipation, it's learned behaviour, it's in Maximilian Verstappen's data bank, his eternal gyroscope, he's trained it hours and hours. There's a brilliant documentary, actually, a BBC one. It's like a 5-minute video where they're talking about Max. And Liz goes to see him, sees his little karting garage, or Jos Verstappen's karting garage. And as soon as he finishes the race, Max Verstappen just jumps straight on the sim and goes for another 3-4 hours. As if somehow to crystal, it's like a warmed out, a cool down even, as if somehow to crystallise the net upside of having just been in the car. But it's mad. What's it called again, Cat? What are you referring to? Lando must become Darth Norris. I love that. Now, if you think Lando can help, if you think Nico can help Lando, bros or Wolfsbjorn, you behave yourself too much. You know already that I'm a big fan of Nico Rosberg's work. Do you know what I mean? Way to... You show me another sports athlete in history who's overcome a more substantial natural talent deficit than Nico Rosberg. You tell me. I don't know the answer to that question. Non-rhetorical one too much. Yeah, you let me know, because I know not of one. You know what I mean? If there is one that exists, I don't know their name. Greetings and salutations, Crackosaurus. You're an absolute legend. Racing for the team. You will never hear Oscar or Max say that with a straight face. And no chance. Never, John. This wouldn't come out there, man. I don't think they'd be able to. I saw the BBC doc. You can tell he was predestined. It's like you need your father to be an F1, to be an F1 driver, to be the best F1 driver. It definitely helps trade. It definitely helps trading. Nico worked damn hard, Mark. Do you know what I mean? And I've got to respect it. Even though I didn't like him at the time, I've got to respect, especially in hindsight. How do you beat Lewis Hamilton when you're slower than him? Not a better driver than him? Well, Nico Rosberg has that playbook. He wrote it, even. 264 of you watching could currently do me a favour. Smahoosh the like, if you could, because it helps. It matters. Lets the algorithm know that we're not out here talking rubbish. WTF, I called Lando a wuss, Nico's a warrior. Yeah, 100. Oh, fair play. Fair play. Fair play, too much. I misread you. I misconstrue your sentiments, sir. I hope F8 says Lando needs to go to another dimension to win. I know. I just don't think he's... What is it with him? Is it just too nice? I don't know. We could talk for 60 minutes about what's missing with Lando and Nice, because it's frustrating. If he was just Latifi, nonsense, whatever. Oh yeah, Corinne Chanduk's making a good point here. Talking about Lewis Hamilton's comments in the driver's press conference. His comments are chaos. He's like, "What are you doing?" When he saw them setting up the car for Canada, he was like, "What are you doing?" Like Lewis said in the driver's presser, he was like, "What? Like why they work in ways that are just alien to me." And he goes, "Every time I've been here, like I've won championships, 7 of them, 8 constructors, and these lot are just working in a way that's alien to me. I've got to change it." He says he was being a bit harsh, was Lewis. They won't like that, won't Elkin and Co. Elkan. No. Joe, did you get a kip? I'm jealous. Direct drive steering wheels are a hell of a thing. I've got one here. I don't know if it's direct. Oh, yeah, it's a direct drive. Cheeky Fanatec. Crackosaurus. I think I need to auction it off. I think one day I'll just give that away to somebody, because I don't get enough play out of it, sadly. It's a decent thing as well. Bloody Nora. Yeah, maybe I'll drop it on the Discord and somebody can it can go to a better home. Lewis is becoming a bit of a chaos agent even at Merck. Sounds like he's doing it at Scuderia also, says Space Ghost. Oh, the humanity. He's just demanding, isn't he? These serial winners, these goats, ask a lot of the people that they keep around them, though. So Lewis Hamilton, purple sector 2. Don't hate it. 280 of you watching Kokoni. Do me a favour. Smash the like. If you want to become a member, then feel free. There is no obligation. Get yourself access to the Discord. Wall of Champions, some Lewis. Purple sectors. Is he about to go top of your timing sheet? Yes, he is. 0.5 quicker, 0.45 to be precise. But if you want to become a member, click on the join, get yourself access to the Discord, of course, a cheeky coloured font using which you will get yourself priority in the chat each and every single time, and access to some very sexy emojis, even if I do say so myself. It seems like Lando got too stressed and now he's stuck in what psychologists refer to as stupid valley. Oh, the humanity, Crackosaurus. Be nice, Crackosaurus. He is in a halfway house. Should get a Cam Sim racing tournament. Oof, king of nuts, mate. One day soon. Once I put down my Excel spreadsheets and go full time YouTube, we'll have lots of time to get on. Twitch is coming. These will go out soon. But I have a play seat. Oh, I can't use it because of my back. Oh, Joe. Bad backs are not a good thing. My back's not fantastic. Discord link can be found on channel under perks. Yeah, go onto the community tab. Channel members only. If you want to get onto the Discord, go onto the community tab and you will see it. It's there. I think Ferrari will go well. Maybe. I know this. To be fair to you, Mark, this track is kind of made for them, right? Long straights. You need to get on the brakes hard. Oh my gosh. Yeah. First Charles Leclerc. Second Lance Stroll. You seeing this, chap? You seeing this? Go and hit the wall again, Lance, so you can have some more time off. Do you know what I mean? Call in Felipe Drugovich for FP3 from Le Mans. Park it up, fella. It's a wrap. Go home. Take a coffee break. By coffee break, I mean go and bring me my coffee, Lance Stroll. What are you doing here, chap? You don't belong. You're not welcome here anymore. F1 is too competitive for you, sir. On a long enough line. Look at this. Oh my God, what a clown show. What a clown show. He was distracted by that. I'll tell you what an absolute clown show. I understand he wanted to give the car on the inside a wide berth, but bloody Nora, be serious, Lance. What are we doing here? I'll try and bring it back, you. But what? He's so selfish. But when's Stroll going to call it a day and bring in Philip? Honestly, OG Zilla, now is the correct answer to that. That's the exam answer, right? Did you hear him? He wanted to bring it back and leave all the day. He's just very selfish, that chap. And he's a bottleneck. I think he would have been gone longer. If his dad didn't own the business, I think he would have been gone out of F1 a long while ago. Quite rightfully so too. But because daddy owns the business and has injected 250 million worth of capital into the bloody factory, Milton Keynes, and then also you've got the £50 million wind tunnel that he's injected his own funds. It's like bloody Nora. Do you know what I mean? You can't really... You can almost see that the guys and girls at Aston Martin are almost muzzled. Fernando Alonso ordinarily would be cursing Lance Stroll, but he can't. He's got to encourage him, mentor him, foster no curry favour. Daddy owns the business. And that's the bottom line now, sadly. We can say what we want about his ability, but so long as Daddy Stroll, Papa Stroll owns the business, Lance Stroll will remain as a going concern over at the Martins, that Aston. Do you know what I mean? Useless, says Dillstar. He wouldn't even have made it out of F3, but he did. The joke is, I keep hearing things about him doing well in F3 and F2. That he was on quite a chart, like he looked good, like he could. Do you know what I mean? Like he was good enough to be dangerous in F1 once upon a time. People thought that he could do something, but again, Cameron, don't you think they are all looking for a way to get rid of him out of the seat without saying he's no good? Yeah, kind of. That was it. I saw a couple different publications write that was the excuse that they were preparing to get Lance Stroll out of Formula One. Careful, bloody Nora Lewis, careful, that wall of champions is always near. Alonso likes a weak teammate, though. Well, not that weak. Not when every second counts, do you know what I mean? Not when you need another teammate. When the car is rubbish, you need another guy in there, like a Carlos Sainz, another bod that can develop a car, do you know what I mean? Norris in under investigation. Turn 2, failing to follow race director's instructions. Escape road instructions. Verstappen saying the car's a little bit more nervous than before. Any specific corner, all the entries basically medium and low speed. Oof. Still need to set up that Red Bull. Still need to set it up. I was watching European Formula 3 where Stroll won the whole championship. Just watch it on YouTube. You can see how biased even the commentators are. I think Stroll senior, but no way. Well, I'll have a look. Half this chat would be better than Lance with all the experience he's been given. Zero ability. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Although we do say that, but if we were to get into the excuse me, if we were to race Lance proper, have you ever raced an actual sports cars? I've never been next to anybody worthy of note, but I've raced some serious karters, and I've never felt more helpless in my life. There was nothing that I could do. It just felt like they were driving different cars. Maybe they were driving different karts. Or maybe they were driving the same and they were just leagues better than me. They were taking different lines that I just couldn't take. The oxymoron of mediocrity. Oof. Mediocrity in Lance Stroll, of course, says yes. OG Zilly, you're a legend, by the way. The oxymoron to F1 is that it never, ever gives equal chances. Sponsors like BWT are less than dubious. Force India morphing. Let me read out this. Force India morphing while scandals were not... Oh, mate. James, I don't hate what you said there too much. Huh. Here we go. Martin Brundle on the outside of turn 2. Let's go. Don't hate that. Go on, and let me tell you about Lewis. I can sense your talent. Right. So go on, let me tell you about this. Lewis in the press conference, this is going to be a video tomorrow, it has to be. Lewis in the press conference said about his team that I don't know why they work like that, because I've been coming to Canada all my life and I've never seen... He was talking about the way they set up the car. He was just like, why are they setting the car up like that? There's ways of working, and I know what good looks like because I've won championships, multiple constructors championships and drivers too. Lewis is just like, what are you doing? You F1 muggles. He just looked frustrated, like almost in disbelief even at how nonsensical that Ferrari outfit is. Charles Leclerc, by the way, out of FP2 because he yeeted it into the barrier in FP1. Lance went from F3 straight to F1. You need to get money. You need money to get to improve it though, yes. No money, no merit. It's true. Financial resource in Formula 1 has always been important. Always. Always has, and sadly, I think always will. Mr. Winter's favourite subject topic, that there's too much money in F1. It's not pure anymore, do you know what I mean? And I agree with him, to be fair. I think he's barking at the right tree. Brundle talking about the Haas Formula 1 car getting a squeal on as far as its tyres. I think they should just do this for the rest of the session, you know, just have Brundle commentate bods. Do you know what I mean? Matt's still sliding around. They need to sort out that car, don't they? Do the Red Bull thing, develop it. I need some help through the last corner, mate. The rear keeps kicking out. We are on it, responds Ricardo Adami. Of course they are. We are checking. Do you know what I mean? Do you want a tea break? Is that how long you need? 311 if you're watching Kokoni. Do me a favour and smash the like. We are T-minus 45 minutes away from an FP2 checkered flag. Round 10. The Canadian Grand Prix. Prema was dominant in European Formula 3, where Stroll won his championship. Funny thing is, his teammate and championship rival Maximilian Gunther was just his wingman. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Well, lap from science, that Williams looks good. It does look good. Is it faster than... I think it's faster than Ferrari, you know. Faster, more consistently. And he's done that on the mediums, by the way. That 113.0. 0.4 adrift of King George Russell as Max Verstappen splits the Williams of Carlos Sainz and the Mercedes of George Russell on a 112, on a 112 even 0.815. Max does those on 7 lap old soft compound tyres. Huh. It's very hot and sweaty in here. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? One of these. You'll excuse me, it's getting very hot in here and I need a towel. I don't know why it's so warm all of a sudden in the UK. It's nonsense. LA says I wanted to kart as a kid and my parents just laughed at. I tell you what, karting was hard. Karting, I used to love karting. I still think I prefer karting to racing sports cars. It's purer for me, in my humble opinion. Do you know what I mean? So Lance Stroll gone in FP2. Charles Leclerc gone, aka modern day Jean Alesi, in FP1, of course. What else would you expect? AC in my man cave died. It's 30. What, Joe, you did say, to be fair, I didn't understand you and now it's come back to bite me. Apparently, Cameron does not bat 1,000. 333 of you watching could currently do me a favour. Smash the like. Excuse me. If you want to become a member, you know what to do already. This channel, 2025, purple sectors only. Fernando Alonso has himself dialed in here. How high up can he go? Only to 5th. Looked good for a second there. 5/10, half a second adrift. Aston Martin need to start again, don't they? Burn down the house and allow for Adrian Newey, the last airbender, to build it back from scratch. That's their plan. Put Iwasa instead of Hajar in Maxi. Oof. Don't know about that. It's called summer. It is indeed called summer. He much has a point though. Paid drivers are not a new thing or even a rare thing. Lance only sin was not moving on sooner. No, you guys are right. All of them have a... There's an element... Even Michael. Some have called him a paid driver, right? Schumacher, the Red Baron, the Reagan Meister, the original one. Ayrton set all of them to a certain extent. If you don't have finances, then you don't have F1. It's not possible. It's the honest truth. We can all be romantic as much as we want to, but if you don't have the finances requisite, do you know how much I was told that it costs to get through to F2? Like 1 year of F2, it's not hundreds of thousands. You're talking millions, like a couple of million for one season of F2. And suppose you don't get through. Suppose you don't win the first time round. Where are you going to get another 2 million from the next year, and then another 2 million the second year, and then even then you might be like Felipe Drugovich and still not get to F1. It still might not be good enough. It's hard. It's hard. You're better off buying some lottery tickets. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if Hamilton's Project 44 in the UK will make it cheaper for fathers. Bloody Nora, maybe that would be the game. But I mean, that would be the aim even. But hello, Cam. Love the Max slapping. yeah. Had to be done, Abda. I didn't go hard enough, though, I don't think. I think Ted Kravitz was a tad disingenuous. Of course he was singling out that chap. Of course. What, because you didn't say I'm singling out, that means that you were... No, you were singling him out. Of course you were. Max, if Max had his Weetabix, he would have pressed Ted a little bit more on that. Of course you're singling him out, chap. If you weren't singling him out, then you wouldn't have mentioned his name. Your clown show, Ted Kravitz, seeking to extract out of me your next best viral moment. Behave yourself. Wind your neck back in, Ted. I did Cam race. No SO. I was we're on a break at the moment, so we could talk about this. No, I used to kart a lot. Any, not at a high level or anything, but any weekend I'd have for you, you'd find me at the karting track. A cheeky Rye House or a Sandown or a Milton Key. Like, I would kart a lot back in the day when I was younger. Just loved it, fell in love with it, and didn't want any of my friends to be beating me. What's up with McLaren? I don't think they've turned up their engines full now. You know how you know? Because in FP1, they were much slower through the speed trap than was Max Verstappen. I can't remember. I want to say that this looks familiar. 324 kilometers per hour. And Max Verstappen was like 330 something, wasn't he? 332. I think that's how you know. Whilst we don't have access to GPS information, I think you only need to look through the speed trap. And if you see a material delta adverse, then you know that McLaren are probably just chilling out. In my hometown, we had street circuit yearly part of the Dutch Championships, so it really itched. We obviously built our own karts out of skelters and moped engines. Bloody Nora. Unbelievable. I don't hate that job. I wish I could build my own kart. I wish I had the... I can't even change a light bulb, me. I'll be honest with you. We can race in Gran Turismo, says Yas 23. Don't get me started on Gran Turismo, Yas. That was... between Gran Turismo, the first one, by the way, and Jeff Crammond's Micropose Grand Prix. Don't get me started. Those were my roots into Formula One proper, particularly Jeff Crammond's Grand Prix. Double standard, so when Max pulls off a crazy move, which is rule-bound but feels unfair, it's hate the game. When Lance is being Lance, it's hate the driver. Go on then, Imanch. Let me indulge you in that. I'll read it out again because we'll address it. Cameron, you're a double standard, sir. When Max pulls off a crazy move, which is rule-bound but feels unfair, it's hate the game. No. It's don't hate the player, hate the game. But when Lance is being Lance, it's hate the driver. which the game allowed. True. I hear you much. There's an element of inconsistency in there. Yeah, no, it's a good shout, too much. I don't have a rebuttal. You've stumped me there. Stumped me, mate. I've got no rebuttal. Give me a second. I'll come back at you. I'll get back to you on that, too much. There is an out somehow, some way. T minus 37 minutes left on the docket. FP2, round 10. The Canadian Grand Prix. Umar just paused the stream was Cameron's very tired brain gets the cogs in it get whirring. So I think the argument against Maximilian, we're talking in driver terms, right? So as far as Max, I feel like he's earned himself some grace by dint of his 4, maybe soon to be 5 championships, yeah? What does Lance Stroll? Of course, still hate the game. Money shouldn't be able to catapult one man who's probably not good enough to be in F1 into F1, particularly ahead of Felipe Drugovich, who has should have the opportunity to be in that same car. But again, if we're having the conversation, Umanch, under the umbrella heading of what has Lance earned on merit? If Lance came in and just substantiated the fact that his daddy bought the team, then it's a different conversation, right? It would be hate the game, not the player. But because Lance Stroll, A, in his demeanour and B, in his countenance, doesn't even look grateful for the opportunities because it's all come to him so easy. You'll forgive me for breaking kayfabe, for infringing upon the oft trotted out, oh my gosh, look at this, the oft trotted out mantra that its truth, value and objectivity never sacrifice either one of the aforementioned at the altar of any cognitive bias. Definitely not. Definitely not partisanship. I just can't. He much is the truth, the honest truth. I just don't like him, mate. See what I mean? Hate the game. You're right. You are right. But I hate the game more with Lance Stroll and a bit of hate the player. Can't help myself. I can't help the way of it. What is that? Define likability too much. What is it? What is it? Non-rhetorical question. Because whatever it is, Lance Stroll doesn't have it for me, in my humble opinion. If we're seeing that dude and his character and who he is, and as a driver and as a person, through the lens of subjectivity, for once, bring back doing colour spit. Oh my gosh, shambles. What a show. He's so hot, yes. It is so hot. OG Zillery did indeed spin again. He started off so well, man. Colapinto was like the Karate Kid in in the Karate Kid, took the chopsticks from Mr. Miyagi and he caught the fly. And Mr. Miyagi had spent all these years and never managed to catch one. Mr. Miyagi just looked at him and said, beginner's luck. You beginner's luck. Aye. That's what Franco Colapinto was. Brilliant in the first instant. Looked like he could be a world beater. But ever since then, he's a Nick DeVries, isn't he? Brilliant for the first couple of races. And then ever since then, he's had nothing worthy of mention apart from crashes and multitudinous errors. What's the point? Define the word like. Define the word like. What is likability? That's a good little shtick, that, yes. Define. Anytime somebody says Lance Stroll going for it, I'm going to say define likability. Because whatever it is, Lance does not have it. So you're confusing it with meritocracy. This is not a sport. This game allows for nepotism. Meritocracy is in sports. This isn't one. The game allows Lance to stay, so hate the game. No, I agree with that, but that doesn't that don't hate the player, hate the game mantra. I'm arguing that it doesn't apply in this. I'm not talking about. I get you, Umanch. I get you. I feel like you've got me banged to rights a little bit here. I do get you. Don't hate the player, hate the game. No, I get you. I get you. I think my my dislike of Lance Stroll would go away somewhat if he just, you know what, go on a new match. Here's my rebuttal, sir. My dislike of Lance Stroll isn't at the altar of nepotism necessarily. This is me just stating facts, right? That the only reason, not why he got there in the first instance, but why he's still there now as a going concern in Formula One, as an entity and as a driver, is of course because Daddy owns the business. But that's not my hatred for Lance. My hatred is a strong word, right? My dislike for Lance Stroll will disappear, no fade to black, if he just changed his demeanour and his person, the way that he presents in the driver's press conference. Now, you can say that Max might present. No way, though. Difference in extents, not kinds. Max can get a bit miserable sometimes when he's losing, but he never just mopes around like Lance Stroll. Like, it's different. So if we're talking, I've switched it on you, Umanch. I've Uno reversed you, mate. If we're having the conversation under the umbrella heading of my dislike for Lance Stroll, it's got nothing to do with the nepotism. It's got everything to do with his gratitude or lack thereof for being one of 20 drivers in the world, the luckiest drivers in the world to race. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ocon scythes his way through the field. Look at that. Without compunction. There we go, Umanch. It is his attitude, isn't it, Outlaw? Nothing to do with the game. Nothing to do with the game. So I don't think that hate the game, don't hate the player, hate the game mantra isn't applicable for Lance Stroll, I don't think. You kind of said that several times. His attitude, 100%. Holy traffic. It was chaos, that right. I like that from Ocon. He was lucky. He needed for the racing gods to roll him some sixes. He acts like a spoiled brat, 100%. Now, maybe his spoiled brat-idness is enabled by the nepotism, but it's not the nepotism in and of itself that I wasn't trying. No, it's a good debate. This is the point of the channel, chap. It's not a gotcha, sir. I don't play such games. No, it's a good point, Umanch. Got me thinking out here. I'm tired, to be fair. If I'd got a bit more sleep, Umanch, respectfully, it's just a thought to ponder upon, isn't it? How we usually assume this is a sport. I think it is still a sport. But how close has it become? How close is it getting to sports entertainment is another conversation for another day, Umanch. No, it's a brilliant point, Umanch. This is why we have the channel, so that we can... If my point isn't robust enough to stand up to the light that is truth, then you guys have to hold my feet to the fire. You got me, Umanch. 1-0 Umanch, 10-7 Umanch. I'll take it, mate. Every bit. I don't bat 1,000, apparently. With modern technology, it's hard to fake an injury. Oh, I don't want to say that he faked an injury, but they were insinuating on the Sky Sports internationally syndicated broadcast that the reason why his hand was injured because he was fuming at yet another underperformance in Q2 or Q3, I can't remember which, underperformance versus his teammate Fernando Alonso. Jumps out the car and punched the bloody wall. And the worst joke is, I don't think whether it happened or not, probably it is a bit of a it's a distraction, a misdirection even. But the important point is, though, if past this prologue, you recall Lance Stroll jumped out the car and pushed his bloody physio, get away from me, in frustration and anger a couple of years back. So what I feel like the pertinent point is, it wouldn't be out of character necessarily, a departure from recent history, if Lance Stroll did get out and do the performative frustration thing and punch the wall and injure his hand. In fact, au contraire, mon ami, it would be in line with Lance Stroll's most recent behaviour. This isn't me saying it did or didn't happen, because I don't know. That would be speculation and conjecture, but I don't think it's the least likely outcome given Lance Stroll's history. Colapinto really making a case for his dismissal. Bet money. Charles Leclerc. Oh my gosh. Did you hear? Oh my gosh. Martin Brundle said Charles Leclerc lost his no claims bonus in FP1. Brilliant. Performance, check the mirror. The circuit is so short that they're getting way too bunched up 100%. Chaos settings. They're getting a bit concertinaed, aren't they? Whilst F1 allows for nepotism, says SO, at least Lance should look like he wants to be there. There is nothing inspiring, no wit, does not smile. Just hope he's okay. Don't think he wants to be. I'd concur. I think you're absolutely on the money with all of those points, Esso. Oh, and breathe. Something's definitely wrong with McLaren's setup. Was it? No, easy G. What they're doing. Go on, let's have a look at their. Here's how you know. To be fair, they are quicker. 112.5 from Piastri last time round on softs. On brand new softs, by the way. 324 kilometres through the speed trap. 2 kilometres slower than George Russell. Only 1 kilometre slower than Antonelli. Huh. I mean, up is down, right? If Mercedes... Hold on, I should be listening to Martin Brundle. When Martin Brundle narrates laps in real time. Huh. It's nuanced, so you're going into the nitty-gritty of the driver. I don't care if he's a bad driver or a complete a-hole. The problem is, why is he on the grid? Yeah. What allows him? Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Martin Brundle talking about the need to get the car hooked in to the first portion of the chicane. And the inside tyre is without load. It's interesting here. It's very hot. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Bloody no, all of a sudden. Do me a favour, smash the like if you could please. It's free. Take a second. And if you want to join the channel, then you know what to do. Hit the join button. Get access to the Discord, of course. Priority in the chat each and every single time. Yes, you can, Michael. Purples. Go on and let's use purple. Fastest for the speed trap as at the time of writing. T-minus 25 minutes left on the docket. Is another. Then Pierre Gasly. You're going to need, it's a power track. It is a power, oh no. Alonso runs wide. Bloody hot, chat. Bear with me. I'm gonna open up my my window again. Oof, careful, Pierre. Very nearly, chap. That could have gone ever so slightly differently. Bear with me if I'm coming back. There it is. It's a bit hot in it. Give me sweat. Sweating my ASS off here. You know what I mean? If I'd been going to the gym and all that, I'd just back off this top. No, you guys don't want to see that. Definitely not. You're wrong. Danica is the best. Is she? Yes. In what sense? Through what lens do you utter those words? Yes. Stroll needs hate. Why? Oh, he doesn't need the hate. Cameron, don't let the birds fly into in through the window. Love it. T-minus 23 minutes and 10 seconds left on the docket. Takeaways. What's going on with McLaren? Well, I think McLaren is sandbagging as per usual. And I think they've got their engines turned down ever so slightly. Your top 10 looks like this. King George Russell on mediums. Did you do the 112.1 on mediums, chat? Remember, this is chaos. C6, C5, and C4 in attendance here. Different. George Russell set that on mediums. What does that mean? Do you remember a couple of races ago he went to do his final quali lap on mediums? And he got onto, he was third, wasn't he? Behind Max and Oscar, I want to say. Because for whatever reason, the fundamental constitution of that Mercedes worked better on the mediums. But he had to do some weird bringing in the lap. No, he said that had he done a push-pull, had he prepped the medium tyre like that, then he would have gone, he reckons he would have gone pull. Plus, when he was on the mediums, he was impeded on his outlap. So he said that he was a tenth away off of the pole. And on the mediums, he reckons he could have got it. Is this what they're doing now? He's done 6 laps on mediums and another 3 laps on another set of mediums and 8 laps only on soft compound tyres in this FP2 round 10, the Canadian Grand Prix. Something's going on. I wouldn't be surprised. Remember, C6 are extra soft here. 1 step softer than the C6 this time last year. I think that could be interesting. I think we might see some shenanigans as far as tyre usage in paid qualifying session. The George Russell in Q3 might, I mean, he likes to roll the dice anyway, doesn't he? He doesn't hesitate to play a joker as King George Russell of Kingston in Norfolk, and potentially he might find himself on a medium tyre. It feels like he's setting that up already at this stage. Lando Norris 112.1. I mean, if he can go as quick as the McLarens, even if they have turned down their engine and those tyres are 7 laps old, then what's it's a very narrow stop loss, isn't it? 306 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour, smash the like. LA says Danica is way too buff. She's in good shape. I'll give her that much. I don't know about define buff. LA, I don't see the correlation, John. Lizard people. I cannot. Space. I cannot. OG Zilla. Teams have always sandbagged for decades. We're on a break on the internationally syndicated broadcast. There are 326 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash that like, please. It matters. T minus 26 minutes or T minus 20 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh. For the avoidance of doubt, just checking something on here. You can never have a day. Yeah, I could never. I could never. So we have this conversation, LA, in a vacuum, eh? Drugovic is... Oh, missed it. $401. Abda, it's debate, mate. Don't take it personally. It's a disagreement. You see, Umanch just tore me a new one. 10-7'd me. Don't take it personal, mate. It's only conversation. 400 of you. Oh my gosh, it's rain and thunderstorms. Oh, I might have to close the windows. How can it be so hot and thunderstormy? Yeah, Leclerc biochem crashed. He's going to have a chat about his no claims bonus. Hey, but not my words. Martin Brundle's, did you know what I mean? T minus 18 minutes and 20 seconds left on the docket. 400 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour. You know what to do. Smash the like, please. It matters more than you might realise. Let's take a second. I heard thunder. Me too, yes. Did you hear it? Chaos, close the window. Cam launch. Stroll session is over. Mike, come here. Oh my gosh. Achille, I can't read that out. It's too, it's techie. It's always hot before rain. True. In the summer, all that humidity in the air. It's a good shot. 400 of you in the chat could go really do me a favour and smash the like because your boy's about to start sneezing. Oh, I'm saving your guys' eardrums, man. This would be that would have been painful, chat. Oh dear. Like I said, of the 1%, Lance is being treated too hard. Oh, Achille, I appreciate you. It's not often I'm awake when Cam is streaming, but when I do. Let's go, Mephistopheles. You're a legend. Think he's sneezing. I've got to protect you guys. Yeah, 11 of 10. It's techie. I need to protect you guys and make sure I go and mute every time so you can't hear that. Karun has a sharp tongue. That's why. Thank you, Kyra. You're a legend. Have I actually got snot hanging? Behave yourself, Mark. Don't do that. Don't do that, Mark. That's not nice, Mark. Scare the hat off the standard Dutch reflex. 328 of you. Oh my gosh. I'm going to too much. Can you order it from Amazon? You're not wrong, yes, 23. I got this big one for COVID. Oh, dear, sneeze 3 times. That was me. I do need some Ray and his nephews, don't I, Kyrie? Sudafren will fix you up. David, I'm going to test it out. I appreciate you guys. Go on then. We are 14 minutes away from the end of quali. I think what I need to do is just stop eating sweets. As soon as I've gone back to the sugar, my hay fever has just gone up like this. Maybe there's a relation. Maybe correlation, full stop, causation. The former does not cause the latter or imply the latter even. Pharmacy, it's a drug, not an amateur. Okay, cool. I'll sort it out. Here goes Sky F1 Simon, always stirring the pot. He's almost excited about Max's penalty points. If not for Cam's channel, I don't watch practice. Can't stand. You're a legend, Deso. You're a legend. I appreciate you. They have been going hard in the paint for Max, haven't they? I'm deading. Dude, I take the nasal spray, eye drops and tablets sometimes. I'm going to get onto it. Cam, my mum said Lewis will win this weekend. She has a feeling. Akira, my mum says that every weekend. Lewis fans always have a feeling that Lewis is going to win this weekend. You don't hear from them after he doesn't win. You don't hear from them again. Mama, the brakes when they are a little bit cold, they don't bite. It's worse than FP1. No, Matt struggling with brake feel again. Sudafed similar. Bang. Sugar may react to it. I think that's what's killing me. Yes. I've just smashed out so much sugar to try and keep myself alive. Local honey. Yeah, I heard that as well. Suck it up, burger. Does this channel have a Discord? What do I search? Space. Discord is reserved for members of the channel. If you want access to the Discord, then you have to be it's channel member privilege. Sadly, Space. It's a wishful feeling, and I'm till Kyori. It's faith, isn't it? It is faith. It's not. It's not. It's not orthogonal to. I don't know. I can't even. It is a wishful feeling. I think you're right. Mama Cameron always thinks Lewis Hamilton's gonna win. It's almost like a willing him to win. Keep the faith that you're trying to push positivity out there into the world. We'll be back next week. It's in the description. Not sweets or sugar. It's a pollen allergy, or some other airborne allergy. It's seasonal. Umanch. What happens with me is when for a while there, for a couple of years back, I hadn't had any sugar, and it was almost like the hay fever didn't exist to me. And then when I started eating sweets again, the hay fever came back all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? I think they're doing something. Don't trust McLaren just yet. I don't think you've seen the best of them. I don't think you've seen the best of them. T-minus 11 minutes. Oh, look at that, to be fair. Lando's only like, what, 0.03, 0.03, 300ths away from George's time. They're in it to win it, these buds. McLaren are probably the quickest still. Cam hay fever always played me, so I sacked off bread, rice, pasta and sweet stuff. Then my hay fever... I'm telling you, purple. I know it. See, if I come off those things, then I know that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this time next week. No sneezing. Mats, do not turn your back on George. Black Adam machinations. Russell, the knife will be deep. I don't think he's already said as much. Not backstabbing. He's stabbing. If he's stabbing anyone, he'll do it to your face. With George Russell, like he doesn't care. He's told you what's happening. Co's a Mats fan. You don't know how much I want Lewis to absolutely annihilate George each race. No, you don't. Cat. F's up your heart. Oof. Go on then. T-minus 10 minutes and 40 seconds left on the docket. Isaac Hadjar crosses the line in 11th, 2.8 seconds off the session lead, which is, of course, King George Russell of Kingsley, Norfolk on a 12.1. Shortly thereafter on the 12.15, Lando Norris, aka Dustin from Stranger Things, Antonelli in third on a 12.4. Albon shortly thereafter, Alonso, Piastri, Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen, and Liam Lawson rounds out your top 10. Interesting spread. 0.6 across the top 10 and a split mostly on mediums now, but Fernando Alonso is still on softs. That C6 is going to come into play, isn't it? It's a weird strategic joker of a play from the FIA, who, by the way, in my humble opinion, are desperate now to have things switch. Well, they can't afford. Just past 1/3 through this season, 24 races, 2025. I don't think they can afford for McLaren to just run away with it. They're desperate to play another joker and level this competitive landscape, which is part of their remit, by the way. They're supposed to. I'd hate if it beat 25 and 40. It came as fast as it went away. What was the secret, Joe? I like George, but I do want Lewis to beat him. I don't like George, but I acknowledge him. Roman Reigns settings. My gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Cam's immune system couldn't overcome the FI spike. It's true. Weight loss products. Oh dear. 329 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour. 359, excuse me. Do me a favour and smash the like. We'll be live again. You know what? I wanted to do at 8 p.m. The 8 p.m. show is like the bread and butter, but it was too close today. Dial off of FP1, log back on for FP2. There was no time or space for a cheeky 8 p.m. show. If you don't breathe, if you don't breathe, it goes away. Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah. Oh. Acknowledge him, therefore, yes. You know what I mean? Undefeated, undisputed. Pound for pound, has never lost a round. 353 if you watch it, Kokoni, do me a favour and smash the like. Do you know what I mean? Team on 7 minutes left on the docket is your boy. He's struggling with all of the hay fevers. King George Russell wants Max's crown and I'm here for it. He keeps signalling, doesn't he? Keeps saying that, yeah, that was really good for me, the fact that Max is on 11 points. I'd have him do it again to me, but George is just wants to win, mate. Do you know what I mean? He'll do anything. He'd punch his grandma in the face if it means he could get an extra couple of points enough to win himself a championship. I don't doubt that he would. 100,000%. Do you know what I mean? Those side chains, substituted functional groups make a huge difference in your body. Maybe another clarification of TD, but I doubt it might be Mercedes upgrades were true. They've brought a new floor. Maybe they've done a McLaren in Miami last year, right? Maybe. Oh my gosh, Joe. Abso-flipping-lutely. You guys are killing me. I behave. Oh, the humanity. T-minus 6 minutes remaining on the docket. And by the way, normal scheduling resumes tomorrow. Cheeky 10 a.m. I'll do the preview show at 10 a.m. because there's a lot to go through. There's a lot to pick at, unpack as far as this Grand Prix. Wall of Champions, the tyre deck, the bloody tyre spec C4, C5, C6. We'll talk about that. So too, we'll talk about Maximilian Verstappen's record. We'll talk about all the odds, who they have as favourites, and are there any angles. I might start to try and incorporate fantasy F1 into this, you know. But the interface gets some of this, but I see it's burgeoning. I see that there is a growing fan base who pay attention to fantasy F1. I just want to see Max P1. I don't hate it, JP. Incognito. F1 fan chat becomes a drug, then avoid. Oh my gosh. I just want to see Max P1. If George can torpedo his Merc into the back of these McLarens, that would. I can't sign off on a. It's dangerous enough lest we cross our fingers hoping for crashes. Do you know what I mean? There's my sentiments exactly. George for me is one of the top 3 drivers on the grid, but Spain incident making him a bit cocky. He's always got that cockiness to him, hasn't he? You know what I mean? He's always a bit of a... He fancies himself, does George. Cameron, I still don't get it. The absolute gall of Red Bull to announce no more upgrades this season. Little things like this say a lot about the team Max is thriving in. I know. Concur, sir. I don't like that much. I'll be honest with you. Why is my nose just bloody... Excuse me, chat. My gramps gave me a shot. Oh. Kyrie, no, it's like that always. Oh my gosh. Are we talking about Gwen? Let me know what you guys are drinking. What are you sipping on? With T-minus 5 minutes left on the docket, or 4 minutes even. How the hell are you going to get a decent night's sleep, Cameron? Over the sneezing. I think once you sleep, the sneezing doesn't wake me up. The sneezing stops when you're sleeping, which is it. Is it me? Does the onboard audio of Mercs? Sorry, I missed that, OG. Does it sound sputtery? I think that's just how the cars sound. These turbocharged V6s. T-minus 3 minutes. Let's go. 100% too much. You need to sort it out. I mean, at least get the brakes sorted. Nobody's asking for you to be as fast as the McLarens. That's probably a tad ambitious, eh? But at least get Max. But they do this. They do this. And then all of a sudden, Max is fighting for the pole in Q3. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me. Would it surprise you if all of a sudden the Red Bull is like quick enough to enable Max Verstappen to have a serious shot at the pole? Around here as well, where he's looking for his 4th consecutive race victory. Thou shalt never back against Maximilian Verstappen. T-minus 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Oh, behave yourself, James. It has to be a conversation, particularly when nothing much is going on track worthy of note. DNFs were everywhere in the 80s, eh, Kyle? It's weird. These cars never break. Well, apart from Antonelli last race, but like very rarely do you see any reliability. Even a couple of years ago, do you remember? Like, I want to say in 2022, remember Red Bull kept on having early on, they kept on DNFing. All of a sudden now it's like 2025. It's like reliability is not a thing. Oh my gosh, what is going on, Bartoletto? Bartoletto's like, does he want to crash or what? What's this guy doing? Oof. What is Carlos doing? I thought it was Alex Albon. I couldn't see the helmet. Are you missing them, Andrew? I'll pull them up. I tell you what the issue is with the AI. I'll pull the AI up for the next session. It's a bit dodgy, the AI though. I will pull it up for the next session, I promise. But it's a bit digi. OG Zilly, an absolute legend. Thank you. We might see some DNFs next week. They're very true. The 50% electric, 50% ICE. Internal combustion. Several joints said they feel like painkiller, both enhanced for fair play. We go on then as you round third base. T-minus 30 seconds left on the docket. And your boy is done, so I'm out of here. I'm going to go and get some sleep and come back refreshed. Sans hay fever, hopefully, because your boy's struggling at the moment. For which, you guys can do me a favour and smash the like button on your way out. Interesting FP2. It bubbled. It did not fizz or pop, however. Interesting tactics from McLaren. Who knows what they're up to, but I wouldn't bet against them being... Both of them will be competing for pole. Rest assured. That pace hasn't gone anywhere. You just want to hope that King George Russell, so to Maximilian Verstappen, is up there to Ford engine, says OG Zilla. Bound to happen. There's a weird acronym found on the road something, not roadside. Found on road dead or something like that. Cammy's does it. I know I'm done. It's techie. OG Zilla, you're a legend. Kayori, Joe, Umanch, Jomo, wherever you are, mate. Easy G, Daniel, Mephistopheles. I am going to go and get some rest. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for joining the screen between now and next time. 10 a.m. tomorrow. British time. British Summers time. Is that what they call it? GMT, whatever it is. I'm going to go and get some kip. You guys have been legends between now and next time. The prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.